Being injured sometimes, not all the time, I want you to take out the moment to allow me to encourage you. Being injured, some people are able to get back to their regular routine independently. And some can get back to themselves or their lifestyles with the support system. And then you have those who they're stuck at being injured. They don't know how to revamp. Right now, I really want to focus on encouraging the one who you are aware that you are injured, and you may feel like you don't have a support system, or you just don't have a support system, but you want one. You want a support system. Allow me to encourage you. As much as I want to say, which I'm going to say, with regarding you, that it's not easy to explain your wounds or your injury. If you are in a position where you just have a low tolerance to receive an antibiotic of a support, that's acceptable. Are you willing to acknowledge that you are affecting yourself and now it is infected? Your wound, your injury, either, it could be both. It doesn't necessarily have to, though. Everyone has a story. Everyone has a story, and every story is subcategorized. But what will never change is the bold headline where that subcategory trees from, branches off from. My encouragement is to remind you or to make you aware that you are not alone. And I really want you to hearken to being alone sometimes is a benefit, but sometimes it's detrimental. And sometimes being in a dark place is a healing place, because sometimes certain things have to heal in the dark. But if your wound does not consist of the requirement of needing healing in the dark, then I need you to step into the light so that we can kill this infection. Because some of you, you just don't want to deal with people because you have this fear. For some of you, you have made up your mind, and I can't change it, and that's not what I'm trying to do. That's not my goal. My goal is not to change your mind, okay? I am responsible of my soul, and I'm not going to church with this. What I'm saying is, our job is to save lives, but I don't hold that key to where I could literally say, no, you get to live today and you die tomorrow. I don't have that power. But we do have people who are in position that work very hard diligently every day. How they do it, I do not know. One day I'll be able to master time and strength and active wokeness where there is no tiredness. But sometimes, even in this moment, I am confessing, right, that I'm responsible of some of my tiredness. Like, I have habits. And habits doesn't always have to, vices or anything. You could ride a bike so much, like, some people lose their job because they cycle so much. It's like, stop, and you're not getting paid for it. You're not doing nothing. They'll lose it all just to cycle. And cycling is expensive. Those bikes are, you might as well call them cars. They're not a vehicle, it's a bicycle. Some bicycles cost more than a freaking Tulsa, whatever. I just wanted to put some life spirit in there, because when we talk about wounds and traumas and things that we need to heal, those are sensitive subjects. Those are sensitive conversations. Those are sensitive reflections, right? I may draw you in, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to keep your attention span. And just what's good enough for me is the fact that you showed up because you resonated with the subject. So now you're accountable, and squeeze in that time, because I like, and pertain to me, because I'm willing to build a via distant relationship with you. Outside of spiritual guiding light, I am a human being experiencing a human life experience. I am healed in many ways. I've healed majority of my traumas, but there's scars, and now I want to protect those scars so that I can remove those scars. I don't want to see these scars. I don't want to be reminded. I want them gone. So that's where I am. And as I go through this process of protecting myself so that I can remove these scars that I've healed, I was basically divinely guided to give this message. Spiritual guiding light is not all about tarot and intuitive reading. I get intuitive downloads, and sometimes it's crazy. Sometimes I'm like, am I supposed to give this message? I really want you to feel like not just feel, but know that there is someone who cares. I care. I definitely do. I may not can write a check and say, here, let me change your life. One day I might be able to. But as of right now, the checks that I'm cashing for you, I am depositing. And I hope that you accept what I deposit in you. There's a lot of, I can listen to something so positive and be like, what in the hell? And get irritated and then get mad. So I understand if you are in that place. Sometimes I can't hear the same voice all the time. I need something fresh to keep me going. You know how you can eat something? There's certain things, like I can eat, no joke, I can eat Salisbury steak for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the rest of the year, and I will be good. Eat it for snack too. And that's not something militant. It's just I had an experience, right? Of that experience of hardship, the Five of Pentacles. And it made me appreciate. That was my humbling experience. And I have been in love with that humbling experience, that I will never forget that humbling experience. And so I said that to say this. I want you to have a humbling experience with truly healing And if you feel affected in some type of way, let's figure out a process to remove this affection. And I don't want to go left with it or too deep with it. Just when I said affection, what came to mind? Is it negative thinking? Is it the association of who you associate with? Those are habits. You get what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, I don't want it to be to where it's complicated. I'm seeing the 5 of Cups. Vices, hardships, poor mindset. Some of you are taking care of, or you're taking care of loved ones, and you're not living. And they're making, it sucks, I'm literally thinking about blood is thicker than water. And you know what? I'm literally seeing the Passion of Christ. I mean, that movie put trauma on me. No kid should have been able to watch that movie. Like, I'm literally seeing that, where that is blood thicker than water. That's what you're doing. You're crucifying yourself. But this is the thing of what I don't like, though. The imagery is so graphic, right? You're nailing your own self to the blood of loved ones, and you reap no reward. You miss out the opportunity to live. It's I care so much. And living in this world today, caring you should go to jail for caring. You know why? You should get a ticket for caring, because caring will cost you it all. Caring is responsible for a lot of people's wounds. Cupid, being shot by Cupid, right? And the fact and especially if you don't have help taking out once you're shot by Cupid's arrow. There is a specific way that you're supposed to remove a bow and arrow so that the wound can heal. I don't know where this is taking me, but I love you. And I don't want anyone to have the high hopes of the what ifs. That's triumphed over the what ifs. I'm going to leave it there. I don't have any notes. I'm literally doing 2 things at once. Actually, 3. Don't forget, love is kind, love is gentle. SGL Spiritual Guiding Light is a safe space for all zodiac signs: earth, air, fire, and water. This is a place to heal. This is a place of awareness. This is a place where you are able to feel. And if you don't feel, this is a place where you're going to, when you truly decide to leave this space, the community of SGO, you will feel again. And if you say, oh, I'm not coming back, you'll be back. I'm not worried about that. Believe me, I know. Because when it's genuine and I use my gifts with all openness, whether if it convicts me. So, welcome to SGL Spiritual Guiding Light. Love you dearly. You know how they say the one who's sitting in the back is always the first one to leave. I don't believe that. The one sitting in the back is the one that's willing to stay. You know why? Because I was that person. I've seen a lot of people leave that sat in the back. Believe that, right? But because when I realized I was being at the front, the forefront, what position was I fighting for? But to get the experience of sitting in the back, you get to really see. All right. Don't forget, love is kind, love is gentle. Until we meet again.